Hello and welcome to day 3, the final day of the Business Superpower training. I hope that you have found this training really helpful. It's been really fun being able to share this information with you. I have never done training like this before, and so I really hope that it's helped you connect to your superpower, really understand your soulfulpreneur archetype, which I talked about yesterday. And then today we're going to talk all about your story and how you can really use your story to create your online business and your brand. So I see this so often where people feel like they have to learn all these new things, especially if you feel like you want to be a coach or you want to create a course. You need to do all these additional trainings and get these certifications and learn all these things before you can actually help people. And the reality is you already have something that you've gone through, a transformation that you've had in your life, in your work, today, in this very moment, that you could help someone else through. You don't have to do anything else to get to this place. You already have something right now that you can help other people with. And especially if you identify with the teacher archetype, which I went into yesterday. If you didn't see that, be sure to go and check that out. Or if you identify with the leader archetype, this is about being able to share your gifts and knowledge with people that need to hear what you have to say based on what you know right now today. So we're going to dive into this a little bit further. But before we get started, I just want to introduce myself just in case you're new. Welcome. My name is Nadia. I am a soul startup coach. I am the foundress of a company called Working with Wellness, and I'm an author living on Maui. And I've been working online from home in the online space, really from home since 2011, but I started in the online space in 2008. I got my degree in graphic design, web design, marketing, and then I started working for a tech company. I worked for a tech company for almost a decade. And essentially what happened, my soul story, was that I loved my job for so long. It was the ultimate dream job. It was everything that I wanted. But then I started to feel like it was time for me to move into something else. And I felt so disconnected by what this something else was. And this is something that had never happened to me before. I've always been very clear when it came to my work. I knew what I wanted to get my degree in. I knew what I wanted to do for my career. And so being in this place felt very unsettling to me. And essentially what I did is I used that whole time period in my life where I went from working a job where I felt disconnected from to starting my business, Working with Wellness, as the framework for my program, Super Soul Startup, which is open for early enrollment right now. And I did this because not only did I connect back to my own story and how I could help people through my story, but I also was able to connect with other people that had really similar stories. And so that's kind of the interesting thing. When you connect to your soul story, you'll start to see that it's not really unique to you. I mean, in a lot of ways it is, because it's your own unique experience, but the overall things that you've experienced, other people are going through something similar. And so that's why you can help people with what you've gone through, because you'll start to see that other people, I'm just getting this little pop-up, I don't know what's going on. You'll start to see that other people are also experiencing something similar. And so in my program, Super Soul Startup, which is open for early enrollment, like I said, there is this whole framework that I created called your soul-led story, which really helps connect you to your unique transformation that you've gone through, that you've already experienced. So again, it's not something that you have to do in the future or figure something out down the road. It's something that you've already gone through. It's something that you've already experienced and worked through. And then you help other people with this transformation. And so it first starts with you looking at some of the things that you've gone through that you've overcome. And so it could be, for instance, in my situation, it was going from a job where I felt like I had loved it. I had built this whole beautiful career, but then it was like, what is this next thing? And really connecting to the different tools and the coaching and the spiritual and personal tools that I use to help me get there. And then being able to create my business. And so using that experience, I was able to create my own methodologies, my own frameworks to then help other people that were really in similar situations that could relate to me. And so really for you, what you need to do is once you connect to your superpower, what your gifts are, you uncover your soulfulpreneur archetype, you're then going to really dive into your story, your unique story. But you're going to pull out the things that you can use to help other people. And the way that you do this is you have to align what you've experienced with what other people need and are willing to compensate you for, willing to hire you as their one-on-one coach, willing to take your course over because they've gone through something similar. And so in Super Soul Startup, I walk you through this whole process, and I would really invite you to go and check it out. If you go to nadiabernardi.com/startup, you can read all about it and you can book a deep dive with me so I can help you through this process of really connecting to your story. Because a lot of times we, sort of like our superpower, kind of like our soulfulpreneur archetype, we don't really see what we don't see. We really have to work with someone and talk through it to be able to connect to this thing. And so I would encourage you not to do it alone, not to try and figure it out on your own, because like I said, sometimes we don't see what we don't see, and we need someone else to be there to help support and guide us. And so the biggest thing you're looking for within your experience is a transformation. So a place where you went from feeling like you weren't really sure what you were going to do, or you were feeling like you needed to make this big step, this big change, this big leap. And you're going to create your offer, your program, or your course through that transformation. And it is sort of a deep dive into the process, but then you can really create it really simply. It doesn't have to be super complicated. And a lot of times we feel like when we are coaching someone or we're offering a course, we have to go from A to B to C all the way to Z. But really, you just need to kind of do the ABC step. It doesn't really need to be that long and that complicated, and someone will really benefit from what you went through because, like I said, you don't really see what you don't see. Sometimes you've gone through this big transformation, you might not think it's that big of a deal, but other people could really benefit from it. And so kind of going back to my story, really what I started to see was that I had built this really beautiful career in tech, felt called towards something else, wasn't really sure what this something else was, and tried to figure it out by myself for a little while. Realized that I needed to work with a mentor, work with a coach to help really connect me back to myself so that I could gain clarity on the business that I wanted to create, which is working with wellness. And so because I went through all of this kind of up and down, and it took me a couple years to get to the place where I really wanted to be, I'm now able in my program to shortcut those steps for you. So if you're right now in a situation where you feel like you've built a beautiful career, but it's not really what you want to do anymore, or even if you've built a business that feels out of alignment, instead of you spending years and years and years trying to figure out how to get to that next step, I can show you what I went through and how I moved through it, but in shorter steps for you. So it's not going to take you years. It's going to take you the course of the program to really go through this whole transformation. And so it's really helping to shortcut that for you. And that's what you can do for other people as well. You can provide a transformation that it maybe took you years or months or however long, but in your program, you're going to give them the ABC step. And so it's not something that's going to take them a really, really long time. And that's where really the power of the transformation comes, is you're helping people get to where they need to go quicker than if they didn't work with you. And so I would really invite you to journal on today some of the things that you've gone through. And there might be 3 to 5 things that come up. It might not be really clear right away what is the one thing, but journal on some of those. And then I would love for you to book a deep dive with me. I've opened my calendar for all next week where we can talk about the things that came up for you, and I can help you on the call pinpoint which one that you should really go forward with creating your startup. So really the whole purpose and the goal of Super Soul Startup is to connect you with your gifts and talents that you might feel disconnected from right now, really align it with your soul calling. So especially like right now, if you're in a job and you're feeling called but you're lacking clarity, this soulfulpreneur archetype framework that I created is going to really help you gain clarity on that. And then the startup is your path. The startup is you creating your actual business and your brand, creating your offer. That's the path that you're going to go down. And so often when I work with clients, they tell me that they feel behind, they feel off path, they maybe have a little bit of an idea of what they want to do, but they see other people doing it, so they feel like it's not for them. And when you really connect to the fact that your path is unique to you, and it doesn't matter where you are on this path, if you're just starting, if maybe you cut off somewhere and you don't know how to get back on, wherever you are, it's unique to you. And it's okay that you're not exactly where you want to be, because you can always strengthen your path. And so I use the startup as your path to help you really connect to what is your business going to look like? What is your offer going to look like? What is your branding going to look like? What is really the messaging? What are you trying to share with other people? What is the impact you're trying to make? And so you focus on these three things, and then you're able to then connect with other people. And so Super Soul Startup is really your heart-centered blueprint, because it's something that is meaningful to you. It's something that's unique to you, and it's something that you're going to create an offer for. So it's a blueprint to your first 10K and beyond in business and in branding. So it really starts with that one key offer that you're going to create from your soul-led story, from your transformation. And then it's like the sky's the limit. You can keep going up from there. You can keep offering, creating different offers if you want to go all in with this one offer. Make this offer expand. And that's the thing too that I want to really stress, especially for those of you who maybe feel multi-passionate and you have tons of ideas. Your offer, the foundation of the offer that you create is going to evolve over time. As people start going through it, you're going to see how you can add to it, how you can evolve. And so it's not like you're creating this one thing that's going to be this one thing forever. It really is you're going to have to update it and add to it as you even get more transformation through it. And as you, like I said, work with people, you're going to see things that you want to implement that's going to make it just more efficient, more transformational for people that need to go through your program. So I hope that you found this helpful. It's been really fun doing this training with you. I've really enjoyed it. I would love to hear your takeaways. So be sure, if you are watching this after the live, that you comment down below, ask me any questions. All next week, I'm going to have my calendar open for the early enrollment. So if you want to get on for the early enrollment, be sure that you go to my website, check it out, and book your deep dive. If you book next week, I am going to be offering a bonus. You are going to get an extra one-on-one coaching call directly with me to help work you through your Super Soul startup, your new business and brand. And then I'm also going to offer you a copy of my book that's coming out soon. I just finished the final edits for my book, so it should be coming out soon. But once it's printed and I have a physical copy, I'm going to send one to you for anyone who enrolls in the program during the early enrollment period, which is going to be all next week. So I'd love to have you. Again, if you are feeling called, if you right now are in a job, running a business that is not aligning with you, and you've maybe been trying to even figure it out on your own, I totally get that. I tried to figure it out on my own for a really long time as well before I actually started working with a coach. And it's just so much helpful when you have the support. You really do need the support and guidance, because it does feel like you're kind of all over the place, and it does feel like there's a disconnect there and you're not really sure why. And so this program is going to help connect you back so that you feel confident in what it is that you want to share. 2023, I'm telling you, is the year of the Soulfulpreneur. It's the year of confidence. It's the year of leaders. I see so many female entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, who are feeling called to lead, but they don't see themselves as leaders. And so this is your time. Your time is now. Definitely go ahead and enroll in this program for that early enrollment, so you can get the bonus one-on-one call with me, coaching call with me, and also a copy of my new book, which I'm so excited. It's coming out soon. It's called But First Dream Bigger, and it really shares a lot of the things that helped me, spiritual tools and personal growth tools, stories I've never shared, to really help you connect back to that dream, because your time is now. It's time to take action. It's 2023, and the space, it's such an exciting space to be in, the coaching space, the course creation space. So I hope that you will join me. Definitely, like I said, go and check out the Soul Startup page. I will have it linked in the comments so you can go and check it out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will chat with you soon.